Hello and welcome to 100% the Fan Zone. It's me, Phil. This is Monday night. It's 8:30. It's World Cup week. It starts this week. Jamie Vardy's there, Casper's there, Harry Maguire's there. Crikey, there's 11 Leicester City players there. So lots and lots for us to talk about. We are here, as ever, on a Monday to talk about exactly what you want to do, what you want to talk about. I am Phil. This is 100% LCFC. We want to have your views. If you comment your views, I'll put them on screen. If you can like and share the video, that we always appreciate that. So if you can do that, that's absolutely brilliant. Let's get some hellos done, as ever. Hello, hello, hello. John, hello to you. Graham, hi, how are you? Andreas, as ever, great to have you guys on here. Jason, good to see you. Hope you're well. How's it all going? What do you think? Ali straightaway's in here. Hi, Ali. How are you? Brendan Rodgers as LCFC manager, please. We are definitely going to talk about that one because that's been all over everything yesterday. Dan's watching. How are you, Dan Shearer? Franny Eaton, good to see you. Glad you're watching. And Sam. And Lewis, how are you? Yes, all right. Good, good, good. Thomas Hands, evening. John Squires. Love all these hellos. Thank you for that. Please like and share the video, everybody who's watching. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Stuart. Hi, John. Hi, Antony. Dan straight away. No to Brendan Rodgers. Okay, well, that's fair enough. Jason Mills is watching. Are you in Ipswich still, Jason? How are you? Mick Paget. Good. How are you? Yeah, Tom's waiting in the wings. Baz is watching. Craig. Lots of hellos. I'm trying to get everybody in there. Ola. Is that a hola or Ola from Andreas? Oh, Andres. Bradley, big thumbs up. Anthony Howard is coming on. That's LCFC Boy Nation, who's joining us shortly. Loads and loads and loads. I'll keep putting those on. I'm going to get the other guys in straight away. First of all, let's welcome in regular Tom. Here he comes. Tom Hogarth is watching. How are you, Tom? If anybody wants to come in to the shows, please just simply click on the link. I'm just getting the right things on here. You can't see Tom yet. Here he is. Boom. Hi, Tom.
Evening, all.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Interesting week as usual, being a Leicester fan, isn't it?
Well, Brendan Rodgers, but before we get on to Brendan Rodgers, Neal's clicked on the link. Neal's coming in as well. Here he is. How are you, Neal?
I'm not too bad, thanks, Phil. Hello, Tom. Hello, everybody.
Excellent. If people do want to come on, we can get up to 4 people in at the same time, and I can drop people in and out. So always keen. I think I'm going to start. I'll start with you, Tom, and then I'll move it on to you, Neal. We've got to start with this Brendan Rodgers rumour, haven't we? I've just got used to the fact that it is going to be Pulein for next season, and now all of a sudden, Brendan Rodgers.
I think it's a rumour, and that's about it, Phil. I don't see it being changed now. What speculations is always going to be around Brendan because he's such a good manager. But why would, if we were going to sack Pule, you've done it 3 weeks ago. So for me, not going to happen, and that's the end of the story from my point of view.
Neal, what do you think about Brendan Rodgers? The rumours.
I think it's just paper talk. I just think they're having a slow week with there's not many people coming to the World Cup. So I think anything they can be, any news they can get, and any rumours, they're just putting it out there. So I can't see it happening. And if they were going to do it, they wouldn't have signed Pereira, which obviously he's worked with well before. So I think they're going to stick with him, well, to at least, I think, till December. And then we'll see what happens from there.
Antony's joined us. Antony, how are you? He's gone. Bless. He touched his thing. Antony, a few fans comments here. Antony says, Phil, you know I'm not a Pule fan, but it would be incredibly cruel to sack Claude now. So should have done after the Spurs game, if anything. John Dilks saying Pule out. Graham is saying Brendan Rodgers, no, rather have Buck Rodgers. It's interesting to see what fans want. Andres says, why would Brendan come to Leicester? Makes no sense. Well, I mean, Celtic is a massive football club, but it's a one-club division. I know Steven Gerrard's up there, and there might be 2 clubs maybe next season a little bit. Mick saying, why would Rodgers give up Champions League football? Leicester would be tempting to a Celtic manager, though, wouldn't it, Tom?
I think you answered the question there yourself, mate. Why did you give up Champions League football? I think the things you've got to look at a couple of things with Brendan is, one, he's a boyhood Celtic fan. he's got targets, and that was one target he was going to say he was going to get Celtic further in the Champions League than they've gone before. The other target is he wants to win 10 successive league titles in a row with Celtic. They've already done 7, so I can't see him leaving to come to Leicester. I think it'd be, for him, he's got a great opportunity to keep winning silverware, and then hopefully his reputation goes for him and he'll get another big club out of it. But I think at the moment time, like I said, I think it's really bad paper talk, and they're just a quiet week, and it'll be gone in a couple of days again.
Do you think so, Neil? I mean, there was a lot of paper talk. It was a lot on the internet. There's still stuff going on. I think it sort of broke yesterday, didn't it? And it did rumble about 2 or 3 weeks ago, by the way, when we were debating Puel in, Puel out. Brendan Rodgers was mentioned a little bit, Neil, back then.
Yeah, but I can't really see it happening for reasons that for points that Tom mentioned, I can't really add too much onto that, as in, like, I think he's banged all the points out quite well. So, yeah, I think I can't see him coming. And since the point you mentioned, I can't see it happening at all, no.
Okay, I'm going to read out a few of the people's fans' comments who are giving us some time. Fozzie Fuzz says, give him time with the new players. Puel in. I think most people are backing Puel at the moment now. Mm-hmm. Lee White says Townsend, lads. I think he's talking about Andreas Townsend. Franny Eaton says there's so much paper talk at the moment. Joanna says Puel will be here until Christmas at least. Our owners have made their decision. He would have been sacked by now. Jason is saying he agrees with Antony.
Hi, Phil. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this week because for some reason, I can hear the other two, but you keep freezing, mate. So
can you not hear us, Antony? Issues your end, I think. We're going to drop him. Oh, bless him. He so wants to get in and chat and give us his views. Anthony's done some recorded stuff for us over the weekend, so we'll make sure you see more of him. And Neil, just changing subject slightly, you've sent us a video from you've just been away for a couple of weeks, haven't you? So tell us. I'm going to post it tomorrow, but talk us through where you've sent us your video from.
So I've been traveling like around the world. So I started in Europe, then did Asia, then in America, and then I came back home about a couple of weeks ago. But I was watching the content on Wi-Fi, and I thought, well, since you're always asking about content and new people, I was like, well, I'm in San Francisco, I'll send you a video. So it was a few weeks ago, because I didn't have a laptop with me at the time, and the video was quite long, so I couldn't send it on Messenger.
Yeah.
But it's just a video with my thoughts, and hopefully maybe we could turn it to a regular thing, or like, so I'm based down here in London, so maybe I was thinking, well, if this goes well and people like it, then I could do videos from outside the stadiums and stuff like that, as in like the Crystal Palace Stadium, Chelsea Stadium, anything like that.
You get to the away.
We'll see what happens.
You get to the away games down in London land, do you then, Neil?
Yes, we went to West Ham this year. Went to Arsenal. Didn't go to the Tottenham game because I was travelling. But yeah, we went to a couple of the games down in London, yeah.
That's fantastic. And something we're going to turn that into over the summer is we want fans over the summer holidays. If you're wearing your Leicester kit, if you're proudly wearing your Leicester kit somewhere sunny, I don't know if people saw the photo of Tom. It looked like you were in Spain, Tom, but it wasn't Spain, was it, in your Leicester kit, that photo? It was
Minehead.
Minehead. It was as hot as Spain, wasn't it?
It was as hot as Spain. 25
That's
degrees.
all that matters.
Very nice.
So, yeah, we'll set that competition up properly this week. But if you want to send us your photos from wherever you are on holiday in your Leicester kit, wearing your big Blue Army kit, loud and proud, on the beach, wherever you are. It might be San Francisco. It might be Minehead. There's not much difference, is there, Tom? Minehead, San Francisco. It's all somewhere hot. Anyway,
To be fair, it was probably warmer in Minehead when I was in San Francisco. It was freezing there.
Let's get back to the Leicester talk. Stephen Phillips asks us, when's Mahrez going? And we need to replace him straight away. Are we all bored of Mahrez talk, Tom?
You know my views, mate. I love the bloke, and I can't thank him for everything he's done for this football club. But after the last 2 transfer windows, it's boring now, and I just want rid of him. And that's no disrespect to Mahrez. It's dragging on way too long, and we need to sign players to cover his position, not young players, a quality player to come in and do that kind of role.
Neal, what do you on Mahrez? Are you just a bit like the rest of us at the moment? I mean, you've been away for 4 or 5 weeks, so you've escaped the Mahrez saga that starts again.
Oh, the internet follows you everywhere. So even when you check Facebook, you can still see all the Mahrez talk. Yeah, we just, as much as he's done for the club, we just need this over and done with so that we can then go, that's fine. We know he wants to leave. Man City put the offer in. And then we can go get somebody like Shaqiri that's been bounded about, or just get a replacement in. Because we just need to rip this like Band-Aid off and then just get on with it. Because I think we've got a strong team, especially with signing Evans and Pereira. And after Mahrez leaves, our team will suffer, and I don't think we'll get a player as good as him. But if we can get someone as close to, I think that'd be awesome.
I mean, Dan's come in here, Tom. I'll steer this one to you. Dan said, and there was rumours of us going after Marcus Rashford. He's going to play too well for England, isn't he? And all of a sudden, what do you think to the Rashford rumours? That would be a bit of a coup, wouldn't it, Tom?
That'd be a hell of a signing if you could get Rashford to come to the club. We all know what potential he's got. He just needs to be given the opportunity to play as a striker, what he done at Man United. I think we saw the other night how good he can cleanly hit a ball. It flew in the top corner. You're always going to be linked with good players because we've seen what we've done in the past with youngsters who come into the football club and made them into better players. So it'd be nice, but I can't see it happening, sadly.
Yeah, Neal, what would you think about Rashford? You'd take him, wouldn't you, in a heartbeat?
Oh, for sure. But then at the same time, we've got Iheanacho, and it's basically 2 years ago, they were competing at similar levels, and they were saying who's better for each club. And since we have Iheanacho on permanent mode, and then we bring in Rashford, what's going to say to Iheanacho? What's that going to say to him as a player? Like, and also remember they're rivals because Man City and Man United. So I would love it to happen. I can't see it happening, but I can't see Rashford playing alongside Vardy. Maybe because I've watched England too much and I saw how that works there, but I would really like it to happen, and that's like dreamland, but I can't see it happening. Not for Leicester anyway.
No. Right, I'm going to read out a few fans' comments here. Loads and loads. Thanks everybody who's putting the comments in. If you can like and share the video, that's brilliant. If you're watching on Periscope or Twitter, give us a retweet and a heart. That's brilliant. Richard says, rumours are we are signing him on loan. Maybe he could come here on loan. Maybe that would be an interesting one. Certainly for him, give him a bit of game time. Daniel is saying, Diabate with some game time will be brilliant on the wing. I think Diabate is Mahrez's replacement already with a bit of development. Jason Mills saying we had Harry Kane on loan and look at the monster we created. I don't agree with you there. Harry Kane was not very good at Leicester. That was my memory of it. Andres says maybe Vardy is going to Atletico and Leicester are thinking as Rashford as a quick replacement. I'm going to throw that one at you, Tom.
Not going to happen. It's not going anywhere. Vardy's not. Vardy will not leave this football club in the summer. You are not going to sell your 20-plus goal scorer in the Premier League for 3 out of the last 2 seasons and hope to replace him with a kid. So I can't see it happening. I think Vardy's staying. They'll let Mahrez go and they'll try and rebuild the squad around Vardy, what they've got in there already, and some of the other players.
Welcome in, Reis. How are you, Reis, this week?
Evening, lads. You all right? Good to see you.
Thanks for coming on again, Reis. It's great that we're getting more and more different fans coming on. So thanks, Neal. Thanks, Reis, for coming on. People are probably bored of mine and Tom's views by now. So keep coming on. Reis, we were just talking about Marcus Rashford there. Your thoughts on Rashford? Mm-hmm. Is it a load of rubbish, or do you think it could be?
I think so. I think it's a load of rubbish, in my opinion. I can't see it happening. I would love it. I think the guy's a great young player. I just can't see it happening, to be honest with you. Can't see it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. But again, somebody just said maybe they were lining Rashford up if Vardy was going to go to Atletico. But Tom's told us categorically that's not happening.
No, Vardy ain't leaving this football club. He loves the club too much.
Now, guys, Johnny Evans, obviously it was this time last week where we said we'd been tipped the wink, and we were lucky because we got that one right. Whoever our mystery tipper, thank you for that very much. I obviously can't name him or her, but that came off. I was very pleased with Johnny Evans, and Reis, your thoughts on him?
Great signing. For the cost as well, 3.5 million. I mean, it's cheap as chips, really, isn't it? So great experience. He's won the Premier League numerous times. Played for Man United, of course. Great signing. Can't
Neal,
fault it.
yeah, Neal, you happy with Johnny Evans? The right sort of signing?
Yeah, it's perfect, and I think it also means that I think we're people a bit dubious about what was going to happen with Morgan, but I think that's a clear sign that Morgan's not on his way out, but he's going to be pushed more to the bench, and it'll be like a Maguire, maybe if they play three at the back, but maybe a Maguire and Evans partnership seems perfect rather than I think Morgan realizes maybe he's not cut out for the Premier League as much as he thinks he is.
Yeah, I mean, did you see there was an interesting poll? It was on the Leicester Mercury, where the player most Leicester fans want to sign is Dragovich, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, look, it'd be great to get Dragovich. I have a feeling he probably isn't going to come now because he didn't get treated that well under the manager. Going back to Evans, I think it's a cracking sign. I think if you look at the two signings so far in Pereira and Evans, it's where we needed to look at. We were very top-heavy going forward and very, very weak at the back with the amount of signings we had in those positions. So I think the manager's got it quite right to get some defenders in first. I still think there's probably 3 players to come in. I still think there's probably 4 players to leave. I know everyone might think that's mad that you're going to sign 3 and lose 4, but you've got to be careful about how big this squad is going to be going forward. And if we get it the right amount of players in each position, then we should be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to think we've got a great-looking spine of a team beginning again, a bit of a rebuild gone on. If we could sign Dragovich, and I think we're going to play 3 at the back next season more. I think that's what Puel's going to do. And if he's got Dragovich, Evans and Maguire as a 3 there, that's a very strong 3 at the back with Pereira and I think Ben Chilwell. I know that'll cause a bit of a flutter, but that's where I think, because I think that's how we want to play, bombing forward down the sides. And then you've got Ndidi, Ibora, Silva in the middle, and you've got a Vardy still, according to Tom, and you've got a Diabate with him. I think, Tom, you're shaking your head. What have I got wrong in that team?
Turn your phone off.
No, it was. Somebody phoning me. Shh. Come in live. Look, here's a question for you from Antony. Antony Howard, LCFC Boy Nature on Twitter, who keeps trying to join us, but unfortunately couldn't tonight. Who will be captain next season? I think that's quite a good question. Neal, let's start with you on that. Who do you think will be captain next season?
If Morgan doesn't play, it'll be Schmeichel. If Schmeichel's not playing, it'll probably be Vardy. So there's not many. If we're planning the team, like how what we're saying at the moment, there won't be many people left over for even the title-winning season, which was only 3 years ago. So there will only be, getting into that squad who I'd want, there'd be Vardy and there'd be Schmeichel pretty much that started the Premier League winning team. So I'd probably Schmeichel as captain, and then if he's off, then probably Vardy.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you there in the fact that I'm not a big fan of keepers being captains. I think it's hard to marshal it too much from there. I'd rather see a centre half do it myself or a central midfielder. But I think that's fair enough. I think Kasper has been the standing captain a lot this season. I don't think it works Vardy being captain either myself. Reis, who would you pick as captain?
Personally, I'd go for Ibora. I think he's a proper leader. He reminds me of Cambiasso. He does the simple things really well. Like he's pointing, he's a proper leader in the middle of that pitch. He'd be my choice all day long.
If he plays enough, I think that's a fair shout, Ibora. Tom, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, for me, if I was honest, I'd prefer the centre half to be captain as your leader. So if you're going to be like that, I'd probably give Evans the captains. It's a big bold move to do that. And then for me, second choice is Ibora. I think those 2 experienced players are crucial for how Leicester are going to play next season. I think we missed Ibora towards the back end when he didn't play as much. He is a bit laggy on the ball sometimes, but when he does play well, you can see that class oozes out of him, and he knows how to marshal the midfield. I think going forward as well, you've got to look at that midfield in Didi, Ibora and Silva. I think he'd probably be looking at trying to play together. You've got replacements in there. A lot of people are keeping forgetting we've got Mendy to walk back into this team at some point because he's worked with Puel at Nice before. So I could see him coming back into the frame next season. Let's see what he can do. He didn't really get a fair chance in the first time round. He got injured after the Arsenal game in his second game for the club. We probably haven't seen the best of him yet. So hopefully a full pre-season under his belt, and you might have a good player in Mendy to come back into the team. But yeah, for me, Johnny Evans at the back, maybe walking the experience, a leader there already from his time at Man U and West Brom, and then Iborra to be the vice captain.
Okay, I'll come back to one of your points just had there, Tom, in a second. I'm just going to read through what some of the people watching think for the captain's role. Daniel says, I think Iborra. Steve Gibson says Vardy will want the armband in his new contract. Andres says the mention that Morgan would stay as captain. Rob Sturgis, I agree with Rob. I'm going to nail my flag to this one and say I think Harry Maguire should be the captain. I think anybody who's playing the way Harry plays and played every minute of every game, that's exactly the right sort of material for captain. I'm a bit worried with Evans. I think he's going to be great, but if he'll play the whole season? Mark Orton saying give Maguire another season and he could be captain, so maybe Mark's thinking he's a bit young yet. Jason is saying Maguire. John Dilks is saying Maguire. Stuart Widows is saying Harry. But Harry 40, was saying would love to see Vardy as skipper. Craig saying Maguire. Terry's making me laugh because all Terry talks about is his internet, but Terry Fuller's got a world record 2 weeks with internet. Well done, Terry. Where do you live, Terry, that your internet's that bad? You must live near Antony, who can't get on. Adam is saying Schmeichel, so Antony does agree with you, Neal. And Stuart is saying sell Chilwell, which is nothing to do with who would be captain. Tom just said this, and I'll come back to you at the end, Tom. But here's the question I'll start with Neal. We've got 3 or 4 players who effectively you could class them as terrible buys, but like Tom was saying, Mendy. I'm going to add in there Musa and Slimani. Are these guys worth pulling all back in for pre-season and letting Puel have a real go with them, Neal? And maybe one of them might actually come good next season.
Short answer, no. I think we've tried. The only person that hasn't had that because of injury is Mendy. But I know he's worked with Puel before, but is he want to come back to a central midfield of Iborra, Ndidi, Silva, Hamza, Chowdhury, who's obviously making some first-team appearances now, King, James, and I think that's everybody. So he's going to be somewhere around that mix. I think he's just going to want to go. I think he's had his time at Leicester. He's realised that the players that he came with, because also I forgot the guy that used to play right back as well for us, but he just left for Spain. He came and he went, had enough of this. So I think it's just a generational thing where after we won the league, those players will go in and they'll just all disappear off to their own other clubs. So I can't see any of them really staying. I think this will be part of our big clear out that we need to clear all of these players that came after we won the league.
Reis, do you agree with what Neal's saying? Was there somebody there you'd give a chance to? Go on.
Yeah, I'd give Mendy a chance because he has worked with Puel before at Nice, and I think his confidence was quite low when he came, and well, not when he came, but as the time went on, when his confidence just went, and I think with Puel he can get his confidence back and get him to the player that we thought he was going to be. Slimani, yes, I'd give him a chance. I think we need a plan B striker. We're losing. We need someone to hoof the ball up to. We haven't got that at the minute. And I think Ajoa's on his way out as well. So I'd keep Slimani. Musa, I'm 50-50 on that one. I'm not sure about that one.
And Tom, let's come to you. You've said you'd probably give Mendy a chance, would you?
Yeah, I think, like I said, my opinion is there's probably 5 players still to go out the football club in the next 6 weeks. For me, I think if you're looking at in general, you're probably going to say King will go. I think Matty James will probably be going out the door this January transfer in this window coming up. I think you're then looking at someone like Musa. I think Slimani will be gone. I think Leonardo will be gone. I really think there'll be a big clean out of some of the players. It's hard to get rid of some of the bigger names because of the money we pay for them and try and recoup some of the funds. But I just don't see where they fit into the style of football we play isn't for a target man. But I think you want to bring in another striker that plays probably a bit more of a number 10 who can pick up and link the play up a bit better. score a few more goals than Okazaki does, because that's probably where Shinji gets let down, his goal-to-game ratio. He does a lot of work rate and he does make things happen, but it's probably something that he needs to work on, is getting a few more goals. It's probably costing him a place in the team at the moment. But I think Mendy will be a part of that squad next season. I really do. If you look at it, 4 players, then you have the young child who's the 5th centre midfielder. That's probably not a bad number of players to have. As you say, you could have a few injuries and we could be in a mess again. But I think if you go against 5 players in 3 positions, you could be shooting yourself in the foot with this squad.
Okazaki has been linked quite a bit around in the world, sort of gossip. Not so much around in Leicester, I don't think, but he definitely has been linked to a few clubs around the world. I think every Leicester fan would love him to stay and would, give him massive thanks. But Reis, let's start with you. What do you feel on Okazaki? Do you think it may be his time?
Not for me, no. I love Shinji. I think he brings a lot to the team. I think we play better with him in the side because he ups the tempo with how he runs after players. It gets the fans up as well. And we like players that run around chasing after the ball.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sure if Puel likes him really. So I don't know. I'm not sure on that one.
Neal, what do you think on Shinji Okazaki?
I think he's a great backup, but again, I think I agree with Reis. I don't think he's going to be played like Iheanacho or Gray or somebody who we played up front instead of him. But I think I remember I was at the Liverpool versus Leicester game. I think when we played the King Power, I was actually with a couple of friends from down here in London that were Liverpool supporters for the EFL Cup. And as soon as Okazaki came on, the whole tempo of the game upped. And that's what he brings to the team. And I think he scored as well, even if it was a little tap in. It's just he gets the crowd on side. He's one of our favourites as fans as well. So I'd keep him, but I don't think I think he knows he's not going to get as much game time as probably he wants.
Yeah, I think most fans here, and I've been putting comments up on the screen, I don't think anybody would want Okazaki to go. I'd only want him to go for him if he wanted to play first team football at his age and not necessarily be a bench player or a bit part player. He could probably not drop standards necessarily. Well, he would do slightly if he went to a different division or a different league. But as somebody said earlier, again a different question here about a few questions just before we go because we are running out of time. Drinky is a quick one, Tom. I'll just ask you, Tom, on that. Drinky.
Just a quick point about Okazaki.
Yeah.
No, we don't want him to leave the football club, but from what I've seen towards the back end of the season, I think Puel's quite favourite to try and get this Iheanacho and Vardy partnership to work. I think it can work. I just think that Iheanacho needs a good pre-season under his belt. He looked very sluggish all season, and I think that's cost him. On Drinkwater, like I said, we're trying to ship midfielders out, so depending who does leave, if there was an opportunity to bring Drinkwater back, I think you would take that opportunity because we all know what he can do. He can create things happen for Vardy, and those two link up very well. So obviously we can get him at £15 million, half the price, because he's devalued in one season. Then we'd take that.
Neal, last question. One of the last questions to you is about Maddison from Norwich. We're still highly linked with him, but I believe people are putting on there that he is still recovering from injury. Would you go for this guy?
Maybe, but then we still have Gray, Diabate, Barnes to come through as well. So if we're looking for a replacement for Mahrez, no. If we're looking at him as another player, then sure, because I think he could be good because he's still young, he's still got time, and we've seen with like the likes of Diabate and Gray, we've got that young talent there. So we don't necessarily need it, but we do. But yeah, as a replacement for Mahrez, no, but we could use him in the squad for sure.
And Reis Taylor's put on there, and a few people have been putting comments up about Januzaj. Oh, I can't say it. Januzaj. He's been linked with Leicester and Everton, who's the former Sunderland and Manchester winger. Do you know much about him, Reis?
Not really, no. I don't even. I've never heard of him in my life, no.
Have you, Tom?
Well, Januzaj from the ex-Man United player.
Oh,
Again,
Januzaj.
he had a lot of potential when he burst on the scene. He scored a couple of great goals, but I don't think he's really lived up to expectations. Been on to loan to Sunderland, been on to loan to Borussia Dortmund, but again, never seemed to work out any of the clubs. I think it's just another one of those players who I think got too big and too quick. A bit like Gray has in some ways. thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread and doesn't turn up enough for me.
Yeah, Sean, a few fans' comments, which I'll come on to at the end. I'm going to say, Reis, thanks again for joining us. It's been great having you on.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Going to drop you out. Neal, absolute pleasure to have you on. I think, is it the first time you've been on, Neal, or did you come on quite a while ago?
No, this is the first time I've been on.
First time. Brilliant. I hope you'll come on again, will you?
Well, yeah, my laptop's working, so hopefully I'll come on again.
Fantastic. Talk lots of sense, and obviously we'll be putting your video of you in San Francisco. Were you on the Golden Gate Bridge?
No, I tried to do one from the Golden Gate Bridge, but the weather wasn't great, so it is just from a park, which is unfortunate, and it was too windy. I tried to record a video, and just obviously it's out in the open, and you couldn't hear a thing. Well, so it's just from a park, and I've shown you a little bit of the financial district, but fantastic. It's the best I could do, unfortunately.
Well, Tom will tell you where to book next year's holiday too, and when to book it, because it was a lot warmer in Minehead.
Exactly.
Well, we'll take notes.
Thanks, Neal. We'll see you soon again.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Tom.
Cheers.
Tom, well, it's nice to have other fans coming on, isn't it, Tom?
That's what it's about. This fan page is not just for me and Phil, and a lot of people keep saying it's mates. No, I've never met Phil until like 16 months ago when we started chatting on it. It's all about you, the fans coming on and giving us your point of view. That's what we want to hear. So the more the merrier. Come on, be part of the show. That's what we want. This is 100% LCFC for one reason. It's the fans. It's fans, and that's it.
It's fans talking fan stuff. That's all it is, isn't it, Tom?
Exactly.
Good. Exactly. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for joining us. I'm going to read out a few of the final comments now. Let's get into the last few comments. Samuel saying, how can you go live with us? Well, Samuel, next Monday at 8:30, click on the link that I post out normally about 5-6 o'clock, and just click on it. It's dead easy. If you've got a phone, smartphone, an iPad, a tablet, you can come on. Doing any more giveaways soon, says Reis. Yes, we are. Not done some in a while. We've done a couple recently, last week or so. We've got a giveaway now. What are you on about? What am I forgetting? We've got a free Leicester City shirt to give away, Reis. A new Adidas one. We're going to pick a winner out in about a week or so's time. You've got to click on the website. There's been links all over the place, Reis. Come on. A free 55, 60 quid football shirt. You don't have to pay for it. And if you've bought one already, I'm happy. If you want to still enter and you've already bought one, we'll just give you the money. How about that? Can't be fairer. So any of you who've ordered your football shirts already and you're thinking, oh, well, I could have got that for free with 100% LCFC, you still can, because you can still enter. When we pick your name out and you say, I've already bought one, we'll go, right, here's the money, bit of hard-earned cash. So, Reis, there's a competition for you that's live at the moment. And last week we gave away some Everard's beer. So anyway, I wasn't going to talk about freebies. Sam saying he'll come live next week. Antony saying, where do we think the ambition is to finish next season? Well, I'm going to chuck that back at you, Antony. Why don't you make us a video on that? Because your videos were excellent. Don't forget to go and follow Antony on Twitter. He is LCFC Boyer Nation. And he's on YouTube as well. And he started to do some stuff for us, which is great. Jason's just reminded me. Yeah, next Monday we'll be cheering on England, won't we? Yeah, we will, won't we? So we're not going to do it at 8:30. When are we going to do it? And I can't do it afterwards because we'll have had a couple of sherbets, no doubt, watching it and celebrating it. Maybe we'll have to go early. I don't even know what kickoff is next Monday. Is it 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock? Somebody put in there. Sam Clark saying Philip Anderson from Lazio. Good shout. Reis, I've already put that one on. Blah, blah, blah. I think that's it. So, from me, Phil, 100% LCFC. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all soon.